Hello and welcome to the BWB bonus stream. That's right, it's Tuesday where I do something that's not model kit building. Before I get into explaining all of that, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego to the site, the tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, well, you can go ahead and just lurk, and that's also okay. It's a Tuesday, as I mentioned, and on Tuesdays, or as some people will call it, Tuesday, nice little chew, on Tuesdays, I like to do something that's not model kit building, because I want to stream more than 3 times a week, but I don't want to build model kits or Lego sets or whatever in that extra day. So I do this. It's like a bonus stream, only I do it every week. So is it a bonus? Whatever, who cares? Tonight I'm going to be playing Hearthstone. We are in the midst of the Lost City of Ungoro expansion, which has been a mixed bag. There's some very powerful Hearthstone decks coming out of this, and some mechanics that I feel like are going to get abandoned. I would say, by and large, the addition of more quest decks has been a net negative. People are not super into them, which is a shame, but that seems to be in general how people are feeling about it. And we had the mini set come out like a week ago. And the mini set has led to a deck that is deranged that we will be playing tonight that some people are figuring out how to counter, but most people will just concede because they don't want to play against it. So we'll play that deck. There's also another deck in Hearthstone right now that is bad but fun, and a deck that is like I'm playing in Standard that has actually become kind of popular and isn't very good, but it's not bad to play against, and it's fun. It's a very fun deck. I've played a little bit of the Aviana deck that is out there, because I do think like Singleton Aviana, which I think is a pretty fun deck. And then the other decks, like I said, one is terrible, but fun to play, and one is terrible and wins a lot. I don't know what my win-loss record with that is. I can look at HS replay here to see if I can find it. Let's see. I'm going to search on HS replay to see if I can find this. It's going to be Bat is in the name. What? Come on. Really? Wild. Bat Boar. I call the deck Bat Boar. It has a 71% win rate. I have won 39 times and lost 16 times with this deck. That's too good. I should not have a deck where I have played it and have a 71% win rate. If I have played a deck 45 times and have won 71% of the time, that's a bad deck. That's not a balanced good deck. It's great, but it's terrible for in general. You get what I'm saying. Comparatively, what's the win rate for in Standard Aviana? Just Aviana has a win rate of 67%, which for my level of Standard is actually pretty good. That's 33 wins and 16 losses. It's closer to around 55%, which is like kind of where you want a deck to be, really, to be competitive. But it's interesting that I've done that well with it. But that's, again, in Standard, where you're getting a little more time. And at my level in Standard, that's pretty accurate. It's actually a little higher than I assumed. What is there any other part? What other deck do I have going here? I don't remember. I don't remember what the name of the other deck is that I've got, but we'll figure that out. I'm gonna launch Hearthstone, and then we're gonna get into some games of Hearthstone, and we will be using HS replay in order for you to see. That way I can keep track of the games that I'm playing, but also so you can see the cards in the deck. I will explain the deck, and then we'll play the deck. And then I will explain another deck, and we'll play that deck. Yes, indeed. Let's go to the game feed. Here we go. Oh, I have a card, a pack of cards to open. Let's do that. That's fun. We'll do that for people to be fashionably late. So let's see. Get some graphics going. I feel like I am too large here, so I'm gonna drop down here in the corner a little bit more. That's better. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, got a rare there. All right. Okay, Cinderfin. Nice. Okay, nothing great. Totally okay. Hooray. Let me tell you about this bullshit deck. Oh yeah, egg. That's what I want to look at actually. Hold on a second. Let me see my stats on the deck egg. I have not played many games of egg. All right, I have 5 wins and 6 losses with egg, 45% win rate. But I've only played 11 games of it. That sounds about right. Okay. All right, so we'll go back to the game here in a second. Let me just reset HS replay. Okay, and then we can go back to the game there. Let's talk about Bat Boar. This deck sucks to play against. It's great for me. Oh yeah, we should just... Oh, there we go. Froze there for a second. I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? All right, so we're done with that. Just getting my dust. So here's the deal. Hearthstone added an 8-cost card called Bat Mask that you set 1 friendly minion stats to 1/1 and then fill your board with copies of it. And that's not a good card because it costs 8 mana. 8 mana is supposed to be like, oh, well, it costs 8 mana, so like it's not a very good card, but there are ways to like cheat it out in standard. Not really, so it won't see much play, but it's interesting. But here's the thing: in Wild, Blood Bloom exists, where the next spell you cast this turn costs health instead of mana. So you can play Blood Bloom, and then you could play Bat Mask, and Bat Mask just costs 8 health. So what you do is you have 6 mana. You need 6 mana to do this. On 6 mana, you play 1 copy of Elwyn Boar. If you have 7 Elwyn Boars die this game, you equip a 12/3 Sword of Thousand Truths. The Sword of Thousand Truths is a 15 damage 3 slot, so you can swing 3 times with it. It's a weapon. When that weapon hits anything, your opponent goes down to 0 mana. So on the next turn, they get 1 mana. It is a South Park reference. Yes. They made the Sword of a Thousand Truths a real thing. So you play 1 Elwyn Boar. You play Blood Bloom. That costs 5 mana. You play Bat Mask. That costs 8 of your health. Then you play Plague of Flames, destroying all 7 of your boars in 1 turn, giving you that big weapon. And then with that big weapon, you attack your opponent's face because all of their minions died too. And if they have death rattles, it's fine. If they have taunts, it's kind of a bummer, but you can do whatever. You have a second boar. So if it need more than 3 swings, you just play a boar and then you kill that boar with various methods that you have. Living Flame, you have in the deck to pull your Plague of Flames, because it's a fire spell. You have Dark Bomb to maybe hopefully draw your Blood Bloom or other ways to clear your opponent's board, keep you alive. You have Rock Bottom to search the bottom of your deck and dredge. You have Fracking to look at the top cards. You have Curse Catacombs, so on turn 6, if you're missing a card to do this combo, because it's a 4-piece combo, you can use Curse Catacombs to get it, so that you have enough, so you can maybe, take a shot. You have Free Admission to draw your minions, at least to get both boars or a boar, or to get a Living Flame. The only card in this deck that is hard to draw, because I have no tutors, I have no method of drawing it out of my deck other than Fracking and Rock Bottom, is Bat Mask, because it doesn't have a type. But sometimes Cursed Catacombs will just find it. This deck is not fun to play against because you're kind of just trying to stay alive. and you don't have to be fancy with it, which is why it's won so much. They have to nerf it. I don't know if you need to make that cost like... I don't know how you nerf this. I think you nerf it by making Blood Bloom cost more. Like, I think you have to make Blood Bloom cost 6 or 7 mana. So you have to delay it long enough that you're dead. I think that's the way to fix it. Eventually people will stop playing this deck. Let's go to actually Wild. Let's you know, we're here at Platinum 5. We're trying to get out of Platinum. Let's see if Bat Boar can stack in a win here. And that's the deck. It sucks to play against. There are ways. I have had people destroy my weapon because they have weapon tech. And then I've had people use various means of getting cards out of my hands. Minions like Dirty Rat. I've had people, right before I'm supposed to go, effort chain cards together that make it that my spells cost too much. Okay, so Blood Bloom we want to keep. Free admission gets us some minions. So we'll get rid of this. We are still hoping to find Bat Mask, I should say. And we are hoping to find a Plague of Flames. But if we get, you know, we got a Living Flame. So now we should be able to draw, we're definitely going to draw at least one boar on turn 3. We have the coin, so if we get everything we need, we can go on turn 5. Our opponent is going to heal up. We have to do 40 damage to them, which is not the best in the world. We're going to trade. I forgot. I have Wicked Shipment. We can trade in Wicked Shipment here. We got a boar. Okay. We don't have to play Free Admission. We're going to play this on 2. We're probably going to tap, or maybe we'll play Dark Bomb if they play a minion on 3. We got the other Free Admission. This is a kind of a dead draw. It's not a dead draw. We just don't need it. We are hoping for Fracking or Rock Bottom. Those are the cards I would really like to get. This is going to draw a Plague of Flames, which we need for the combo. And we can also kill it ourselves if our opponent isn't going to kill this, which they might not. They are now discovering a card, and they are going to probably figure out what our deck is. Playing this card is telling them what our deck is, though. Living Flame doesn't get a lot of play traditionally. But yeah, they're doing some stuff. We have to hope that they don't do so much stuff that we... an easy way to counter this deck is just do so much face damage to your opponent that they can't afford to take 8 damage. So if they can somehow get me out of the zone where, they can just win that way. That is a way to do it. I would hate for them to do that, but they could. They could pull it off. Oh, they found the Cursed Catacombs. Well, that was a fast draw. Okay, yeah, all right. They're discovering a lot of stuff here. You might want to save that to heal yourself out of range, but okay. So eventually I'm going to have to Dark Bomb this if they don't kill it, because I need that Plague of Flames, but I don't need it yet. We could also Touch of Nazareth if we need health, but I don't want to Dark Bomb this yet, so we're just going to tap, do some damage. We got Rock Bottom. This is a great draw. This is the draw you want on turn 3. Let's see what we got. We're going to take a Cursed Catacombs. None of these are particularly great, but we'll take a Cursed Catacombs because on turn 5 we can play it and hope that one of the 3 options we discover is Bat Mask. I don't love it, and I don't love that the other Cursed Catacombs is in the bottom of our deck. It does mean that fracking, like 2 out of 3 choice frack, 1 out of 3 choice fracking is not great. Okay, they did it. They killed for us, which means we are now pulling out a Plague of Flames, but we'll still get a Cursed Catacombs. Our hand is getting kind of full, which is fine, because we can always touch as net. We can always just kill this minion. We can also, yeah. All right. Well, Next turn, we'll play Cursed Catacombs just to see. I am going to take the healing. Got 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, I'm going to take the life tap here. This is not great. We'll trade it, so it's not the worst. We got the other Wicked Shipment. Okay. So next turn, before we hit the coin, we're going to Curse Catacombs to see if we can find Bat Mask. Hopefully we find Bat Mask. I don't know. If we don't find Bat Mask there, I guess we'll probably tap. I guess. Our opponent is healing themselves because that's what priest decks do, unless they're damage priest. If they're shadow priest, then they just hit you in the face. If we were against a shadow priest, we would be down to like 14 health right now. We would be in trouble. But we're playing against a discover priest, a discover quest priest, which is an interesting combo because they should be able to get a lot of the cards they need to do the things they got to do. Okay. So if this doesn't work this turn, we lose. It's going to be hard for us to win here. If we have to wait another turn. That wasn't a good draw. All right. So, Bat Mask. None of these are Bat Mask. We do not need a temporary of any of these. We will take this because we can at least play it. We'll play this just to play it. We'll tap. Dark Pact. We could play Dark Pact if we needed to. We'll do this. Please, Bat Mask. No Bat Mask. Okay. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. With 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards. So we need to play the coin just to play a card. And we could kill this just to give us health. We're going to have to kill this to give ourselves health because we'll do it because it looks like we got health. But on the bonus side, our board needs to be cleared. And they aren't playing minions. They're playing a minion. So here's the problem that we have right now. I can't get through this because these are going to die and come back. So we didn't even top deck it. We lose here. So we're going to concede. So I lost this game because I didn't draw 1/4 of my combo. Not because our opponent outplayed us. If we had drawn it last turn, we win. They do not beat us. They were playing their deck how they were supposed to. We were playing our deck how we were supposed to. We just didn't draw. There are 2 cards in our deck we needed to draw there, and we didn't. And again, the only downside to this deck that even makes it the point where I ever lose, I only lose because I don't draw one piece of my combo, and Bat Mask is the only card in my combo I can't tutor out. Like, I have ways to get this. I have ways to get this. I don't have... These are fine. I'm going to full clear. Even though this is half my combo, I have ways to get those. I have no way of getting Bat Mask. So, we drew up... Great. Now we have a Bat Mask. We have both Bat Masks, which we do not need at all, but I will take. We have this, so on turn 5, we can... If we're missing a card in our combo... we have fracking for our first turn to hopefully find, another part of our combo. That's wild. We got both Bat Masks. It's great. The Bat Mask and the Robin Mask. Indeed, Spydak. Our opponent is not doing anything, which is, look, I'll take a free win because we're 0-1 right now. So I'll take a free win. If we get a free win tonight, I'll take it. If they are not around, we take that. Okay. Let's do fracking. We'll look at the bottom. We can't let a boar die. We can let a living flame die. We have another living flame in there. We always want to have a backup boar. So we'll take the boar. We lose out on the living flame. which isn't the end of the world. But again, we might win this game because our opponent's here, and our opponent has played a secret. Ooh, okay. We drew the Plague of Flames. We now have 3 pieces of our combo. I'm gonna life tap. Okay, next turn I can trade that, put it back in my deck, get another card for 1 mana. Okay. Low cost stuff. What? Okay. Well, now we have to play some cards because our opponent is doing shenanigans. Luckily, we didn't burn a Blood Bloom. I don't care about any of these cards at all. I do not care about any of these cards. So that's okay. We'll take Defile because we can just play it right now. Okay, so as of right now, we do not have a card that we need. We desperately need Blood Bloom in order to do the combo on turn 5 because we have a coin, so we can do it. We can do the combo on turn 5. Now I don't know what our opponent has, what secret this is. Oh, they got a fracking from us. Okay. I don't know what secret they have there. My hope is it's not Kidnap. Kidnap would really ruin things for us. Well, okay, we have now got our boar, which is bad. They got a boar from us. I don't think they'll be able to do anything with that. We burned our backup boar because my fear is this is going to be Kidnap and my combo turn isn't going to work. Living Flame got burned. That sucks. All right. Well, we can do this. Okay, so it wasn't that great. All right, they got another one. They now can play 2 boars. They can now play more boars than I could. 2, 4, 6. I mean, I guess I just hit him for 3. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I got 10 cards, so. All right, so next turn, we hit Curse Catacombs and hope we find Blood Bloom. And if we don't find Blood Bloom, then we can do other stuff and wait a turn, which I don't want to do. I want to do the combo. I would like our opponent to do things. They have mana and time. I would like them to use their time. Okay, side quest. Great. Take a side quest. Okay, Pret. That's ambitious. I love that for them. I love the idea of, yeah, I want a bunch of copies of that. You could have put a bunch of boars in your deck. That would have been fucking neat. Now let's see if we can win. Can we pull this? None of these are a card we want, which really sucks. So let's take this. Let's heal up. Let's do this. There's Blood Bloom. Okay, so next turn we can do the combo. We got 2, 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't care if I burn anything. We already burned one of our boars. It doesn't matter. We'll just hit it with that. And we'll hit it with that. Great. We had the mana to kill that. So we now have all 4 parts of our combo. Our opponent could do something that could mess us up. They could play a card that is going to... Okay, that's fine. You can get health. Now it's weapon versus weapon, but the weapon we're going to make is better. That ain't the end of the world. That just means it's going to take a little longer. We only have a maximum of 45 damage, but we do have Drain Soul that we could... Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to save the coin, because whatever. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing this deck is supposed to do. Play the boar. Blood Bloom. Blood Bloom. Bat Mask. Took 8 damage. Then, you know what? Let's get fancy with it. Kill one of them there. Coin. We healed for 8. And now our opponent, we get this fucking cool-ass thing. And now our opponent has 15 health and 1 mana. They will now have 1 mana crystal. Now, they could have a 1 mana taunt, which would slow us down. Hitting us will heal them 3, so they'll go to 18. So we do have to hit them 3 times. So it's not a guaranteed win here. Catacombs. They could draw a 1 mana taunt and get in our way. Because we don't have a way to do that. Well, we could get Drain Soul. We could do some... We could put Wicked Shipments or Rock Bottom. So now they've healed up. So we're going to do now 15 damage to them. Okay, they got a piece of loot here. So we're not guaranteed to beat them. But it's pretty unlikely that we'll lose. If a thing they find is a taunt that gets in our way, if the thing they find is... Because we do have Plague of Flames, so if we get Wicked Shipment or Rock Bottom and they put a taunt in our way, we could do that, which is cool. We got Blood Bloom. That doesn't help us. I mean, the first thing we do is hit them in the face. And then we'll do this. We got Catacombs. Okay. So... we can use Catacombs to get Rock Bottom or Wicked Shipment to put a minion on the board to then Plague of Flames a taunt. Our opponent is using counterfeit coins, so now they have 3 mana. Alright, they've got one of my 4 cards. Did they get Catacombs? It'd be great if they got Blood Bloom. They only have 2 mana. Okay, they have prep, so now they can do other stuff. They got 4 armor. It's not enough. Because even if they heal for 3, they're at most now going to be at 10. Which is not enough for... We're going to do 15 to them. No, Plague of Flames destroys all the minions on our side of the board, and for each minion that dies, one of their minions dies. This thing, Sword of Thousand Truths, destroys their mana and makes it 1 again. So I was talking about the idea that I only had 3 shots with it, right? It's still very overpowered. But if they had a 1 cost, or if they used coins to get like a 2 or 3 cost minion with taunt, I couldn't swing to their face, right? But if I have a minion on my board and they have a minion on their board and I play Plague of Flames, one of their minions dies, and then I can just swing into their face. So I was like, I'm still thinking of ways to get around the fact that I don't have a backup. So often, because I have another boar, because I have 2 boars in my deck, I can get a second one. The 15 weapon is one thing. The mana drain, yes. Oh, for sure. The boar should be complicated. The idea of a 15-3 that gets rid of mana, that this part of the combo has been in the game for a while. The thing that is bad is the combination of Bat Mask and Blood Bloom, which we're going to keep in our hand because it's part of our combo. It's not impossible for me to tutor this out of my deck to draw for it, but it's hard. Okay, it's fine to have a boar in my deck. They have the... Oh, that's very cute. We'll play this on turn 2. We don't have a turn 1 play. It's not the end of the world. So really, what needs to be nerfed is, I think Blood Bloom needs to cost more. Because on turn 6, I can just win. Now, my opponent is going to play Murlocs. And so we might not have enough health to beat a Murloc Paladin deck. They don't usually have taunts, but they usually have a ton of Murlocs and ways to make those Murlocs buffed, because they have a repeating quest. This is going to be hard for us to beat. Murloc Paladin is probably the hardest for us to go, because as they keep playing Murlocs, their Murlocs get bigger and bigger, and my health total will go down. Like, I have this, so I can get rid of some minions. I mean, I can trade this in. Like, I have things I can do. We'll put Rock Bottom in here. I'd rather have Fracking, I think. So the next turn we draw Fracking, or we, on this turn, draw Fracking. And then we kill that, which gives us Plague of Flames. We now have 3 parts of our combo. This could find Bat Mask on the bottom. Could be one of the 3 with Defile and Cursed Catacombs. We can also get Cursed Catacombs out of Fracking, which again, not the best card, but Catacombs can get us what we need. The problem is that we have to live to turn 6 and still have enough mana or enough health that when our cards, you know, when we take 8 health away to play Bat Mask, it doesn't destroy us. Oof. Yeah, our opponent's just going to have so many Murlocs. Like, that's what the deck does. We can play that, which is not bad. We can heal up a little bit. So let's do Fracking here. We got it. All right. So now we are doing Operation Live Till Turn 6 with enough health. It's going to be very difficult. We'll do that, and we'll heal up there. Now we should kill this, but I don't want to use my my good health there, so we'll leave it alone for a little while. I don't want to use this just to clear a 1/1 when I can maybe clear a bigger attack minion, but also we're all good on health. All right, so they're going to get another. They're good. This is great for us. The fact that our opponent on turn 4 didn't play a Murloc. Oh, no. Well, they got a coin. Yeah, they got the coin. Okay, they did play a Murloc, and that Murloc did damage us. But they didn't play a couple Murlocs. We got the other one, so that's great. This is where we go and kill this. That's why we saved it. We get some health, and also we take a bigger threat off the board than a 1/1. And we're going to act like we don't have... Well, they should... we'll spend our mana. We're going to spend our mana. We get the other Elwyn Boar in our hands in case on this turn they play Dirty Rat, you know, that, like, pulls one of our Elwyn Boars. We have another Elwyn Boar. Like, I don't know. I don't know what could really shut us down here. They'd have to do... I mean, they're going to do 6 to us. Okay, yeah, they're going to do 6 damage to our face. That's still not enough to really be a threat. This is going to die. They're going to get a 1/1, or, yeah. They're going to get a bit of a beef, but it's okay. Now, the one issue we are going to run into is that a lot of Murlocs don't cost much, so that could be a problem, but it won't be that big of a problem. Now, our opponent doesn't have any mana. So they should just hit end turn. And there they go. There they go. We drew the other Bat Mask. We love that. All right. So, Elwyn Boar. Blood Bloom. We got all these Bat Masks. We took 8 damage. We're down to 14 health. So our opponent next turn has a... What is this going to be? A 2/2? They got a... Because they got Reborn. Yep, there we go. Yep, they got a 2/2. That's fine. So our opponent could play a minion with Taunt that would get in our way. But we can play Living Flame and then Plague of Flames and hopefully kill that Taunt. It would be a 50-50 because they would have 2 minions on the board. So... But they only have 1 mana because they used their coin already, which I would have waited on the coin to give you 2 mana on a turn. Okay, they're just going to, yeah, chip away at us. Unless they have a 0 call. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, we just win. So as you can see, this deck is a problem and shouldn't exist the way it does. That's 2 wins, 1 loss so far tonight. Yeah, this deck is a problem. Like I said, that one game, that first game, I lost that game because I didn't draw one of my cards, not because my opponent played particularly well or a deck that's really crazy. So let's put that deck aside for a little while because it is busted and a problem. They got to make Blood Bloom cost more. I think that is the actual solution to the problem. Let's swap over to Standard, and then we'll look at Just Aviana. I'll tell you all about Just Aviana, which is the deck that we will be currently playing. So here's Just Aviana. And when I say that, that's because the only minion in our deck is Sky Mother Aviana. Sky Mother Aviana shovels 10 random legendary minions into your deck, and they cost 1. So you get a bunch of legendaries. Now, some legendaries are incredible. Some legendaries are bad. We play this deck in Standard because there are less legendaries in Standard, and most of the legendaries in Standard are pretty good. There are some clunkers, but there are a lot of bad clunker legendaries over the years. So this is great. They cost 1. They keep their attack and their defense. Now, this deck has a lot of ways to tutor out Sky Mother Aviana. The best one is, where is it? Story of Barnabas. Draws a minion from your deck. If it has 5 or more attack, you gain 5 health and 5 armor. Or it gains 5 health, you gain 5 armor. We only have 1 minion in our deck. If we play this, we're drawing this. We also have Angoro Brochure is another way to get some. Panther Mask is good later. Reforestation can draw a minion. So we have plenty of ways to draw minions from our deck. We can do Magical Dollhouse and then Bottomless Toy Chest to discover the Aviana and maybe get a second Aviana. That's fun. Because if you have spell damage, you get a copy. And then we have Trail Mix and Invigorate and New Heights to gain mana so we can play this early. And if we go second, we already have the coin. I have, on many of occasions, used Innervate and the coin. So I've played Story of Barnabas on 2, and then Sky Mother Aviana on 3, and then whatever I top deck just played on 4, and it's been great. This deck, like I said, has won some games. It's lost some games. I'm Silver 9, so I'm not like, in Standard, I'm not like playing a lot of Standard games. I'm mostly a Wild player because I like weird Wild combos. But this deck, I think, is better in Standard, like I said, because there are terrible legendaries in Wild over the years. If you're unfamiliar, even with that part of it, Wild is every card that's ever existed that they haven't banned. They've banned some cards, but most cards are eligible to play in Wild. Standard is just certain years of cards. Most recent ones. We'll keep this because we can play it on turn 1. We'll mulligan for hopefully Sky Mother Aviana or a tutor. So we're hoping that we draw Sky Mother Aviana or one of the cards that will let us, get Sky Mother. So, okay. If we absolutely had to, we could play this and just draw 1 minion, but every other turn it swaps back and forth. This is our we gotta get Sky Mother Aviana. So, if we have to, we have to. But next turn we'll play Revelation unless we top deck a draw a minion card, which we did not. This is Discover a Minion. We could play that. I'd rather play this and just... Oh, we got it. Okay, great. So now on turn 4, we can use Innervate to get us a mana crystal for just that turn, and then play Sky Mother Aviana. That's cool. Oh, that's neat for our opponent. We don't really have an... Oh, we do have an answer to that. I can just get rid of it. They got random cards. That's awesome for us. I love that they have random cards. So let's just do 2 damage. Let's just get that off the board. Keep our health total, and then let's put little friends on the board. Because next turn we're gonna play Innervate Aviana, And then after that, we're going to play Bottomless Toy Chest or maybe top deck one of our 10 cards. We're hopefully going to get Aviana. Now, I have only once, and I have not played a ton of games of this deck, but only once have I played Aviana and gotten Aviana. Ooh, asteroids. We don't love that. I didn't know this is an asteroid deck. This is great. These will eat up 2 damage. No problem. Okay, and they're going to triangulate a asteroid, right? No, they didn't triangulate an asteroid. They triangulated a card that will help them get more asteroids, probably. All right. So we want to keep these alive as long as possible. So we'll go face with them. We'll play this. This will soak up some damage, and then shuffle 5 cards in our deck, and shuffle 5 cards in our deck. So we did what our deck is supposed to do. Now we can play this for 3 and draw 2 of them, so we can play 2. We might top deck one of them. We might play this combo later. Okay. Our opponent has a lot of asteroids in their deck right now, but they didn't draw them, so we win that. All right, we didn't get any of that. We could do this together, get a copy. I think I just want to play this and get 2 minions on the board. All right, these got this. We're not going to probably take a lot of damage on our own turn here, so we're just going to play a 6/6 for 1. That's just good stats, my friends. And then we're going to play this, and we're going to do something. We can freeze the enemies. We can put a copy of the enemy into your hands. Your opponent gets 3 coins. We can discover a minion and refresh 3 mana crystals. We can draw a minion and get 2 copies of it. We want to draw a minion and get 2 copies of that minion. That's pretty good. So right now, if I play this, it will cast Swipe. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you, little sapling. You absorbed 2 damage that I didn't want anyone else to take. I mean, I don't love that, but all right. Okay. If we play this, then Swipe is going to go off for 3 turns. Or we can play this and just randomly discover a nature spell. But we'll do this. Now, at the end of my turns for 3 turns, it's going to do 4 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to all our enemies. And that's great. Then we'll do this. And yeah. Yeah, the legends we've been pulling here are great. Ooh, I love this one. This is this card is... we got 2 of these cards. Ham the Hungry. At the end of the turn, you just eat a minion in your opponent's deck, and it gets bigger. We have 2 of these, so we can do it again. And they have to kill this thing, because I'm eating minions in their deck. And then we swipe. Hell yeah. It could have gone the other way, and that would have been better. Oh, all right. We got one of their... we got Missile Pod. So they have Starship cards in their deck. I did not expect there to be a Starship package in this Asteroids deck, but okay. That's another win condition for them. But once again, folks, we have 2 more turns where we're just going to swipe them and either do 4 to their face or 1 to their face. Aww. Okay. All right. I mean, you can't... Yeah, you gotta go there. Okay. Oh, that's just... Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's get a... What? Do I have... I don't have any... I don't have any taunts that died. Yeah, so, yeah, Spidek, this is a, yeah, I mean, we're gonna, Ham hasn't died yet. Ham will die, and then this will resurrect the Ham. I'm gonna wait for Hams to die, and then I'm gonna play Ursal to play Hydration Station for free over 3 turns. If we live that, you know, like, because why wouldn't I do that? We're gonna draw a minion and play a minion. But I'm going to save it because I want these to die before I bring them back. Sure, we got a 3/5. And we'll just kill this. Because we have lethal. We dicked around there. I didn't realize we had lethal. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole for that. That's on me. I'm an asshole. We had lethal, and I didn't notice we had lethal. So I pulled a shit move there. That was bad on my part. I didn't need to do that. Because we had lethal. We're like a cat toying with dying bots. Yes, a Spidak. That is not cool. What I should have done is just played the cards on my board and killed them. I was having too much fun with how fun this deck can be and how we had some really good luck there. Because we had some really good luck there. But that's just Aviana. So sometimes the legendaries you get are bad and they don't do anything. Or you just can't draw Aviana. Like, there's plenty of draw in my deck, and there's draw that is just based on minions. But sometimes I can't find any of those. We are top decking Sky Mother Aviana. It's in the opening hands. So I'm gonna put it back. Yes. Lorewalker Cho would be a weird legendary that would be fun. Yes, the Fisher that is like a 2/4, but your opponent can maybe draw extra cards. Like, there are some bad legendaries, which is why I keep the standard. So we're gonna keep Reforestation and play that on turn 2, just so we're playing cards with our mana, because we don't need Sky Mother to be in there, because we have a way to draw Sky Mother. So we're gonna put back in there and get some other cards. This is great for later, because we can get that copy. New Heights we can play on turn 3. We're going to maximize the amount of mana we have. We'll get an empty mana crystal. I used to use Fisher in the mill deck. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's a fine card to use in the mill deck. Our opponent might have the same deck or a variation of the deck. We're going to play Story of Barnabas. This card is fine, but this card is going to give us 5 armor. They played the same card we played. We might be playing a mirror deck, which would be very fun. If this is the mirror, it'd be great. It's not the mirror. They're Starship deck. They just played a good card. That's a shame. We could kill this, but it's only 3 damage, and we have the 5 extra. Now on turn 4, should be turn 4, would turn 5 for us, and we can play Sky Mother, Aviana next turn. And now this thing draws a spell and a minion. Oh, they got more mana too. Our decks are similar, except that they are a Starship deck, and we are playing... I mean, the good rhyme there is they're a Starship deck, we're a bullshit deck. It's not even a good rhyme, but it's not a good... ship and shit are not a good rhyme. Now, that's a good combo. I mean, not combo. That's a good counter. You're going to make that dormant. All right. So, I'm going to play cool shit, and they're going to kill it. So that's not good. So I kind of need to kill that thing. And then behind that is a 1/2 that has poison. So we got to kill that too. We can do 3 damage to it. We'll draw to see. We can actually do 4 damage to it. That's fun. When this is your hand, play 2 different spell schools to transform. All right. Well, we'll play a nature spell. Oh, I got to hit this. Does 4 damage. So they still have a 1/2 with poison, which is not great for us. All right, and they got taunts. This 1/2 kind of needs to die, so we could play this, and we have a 50-50 of killing it. Summon a random dragon for each time Ysandra has died this game. That's fun. I don't think we're going to get multiples of that, but that's fun. When this is your hand, oh yeah, we're going to play something from a spell school. We could play Arcane. We could do the 50-50. Let's do the 50-50. Whoa. We did not hit it. We did not get the 50-50. Now you draw Cooch cards and you gain +2/+2 and taunt. We're going to give them two. We want to draw cards. We're going to give them many targets to kill. Pipsy Paint Hoof. I don't know if we have any Divine Shields, Rush, or Taunt minions in our deck. This is one way to find out. And draw spell, draw minion. Draw minion. Whenever you cast a spell, fill your board with random minions of that cost. Okay. All right. We have now overwhelmed our opponent. They have a 1/2, and they have 2 targets. They get into that. Like, I don't... Okay. They're going to hit swipe. That's fine. Oh, man. We didn't have... Okay, so our deck... Oh, that's great. I love that. Our deck doesn't have any taunts, any rush minions, or any divine shield minions. If your deck started with 10 cards, different costs, cast a custom location. That does not work. We don't have that. We can discover a spell. We don't want to play this yet. We do want to play that. We'll discover swipe, and we'll get 2 swipes. 2 swipes seems good. Now we'll play this. Hit that. Now we got some 3-cost minions here hanging out. This, oh man. We got 2 Snuggle Teddies. This rules. 2 Snuggle Teddies is great. Because we'll heal up. And they can't target it with a spell. That's great. Okay. So we, oh, okay. Well, we have to kill this first. And then we kill that. And then we win. And we can just... We're not going to get fancy this time. We're just going to kill them. We'll just kill them. Yeah, and they're going to concede. So we didn't dick around, even though we could have. We could have turned something into a 4/5 and drawn 2 cards and gotten silly with it. We didn't do that. Did I mark down a win there for us already? Yes, I did on my board. We're 3-1. Pretty good. Wait, no, we're 4-1, right? I don't remember anymore. Those were 2 games, and then we won 2. Yeah, we're 4-1. I want to say, yeah, we're 4-1. Generally, when I keep track of my wins and losses, it's because I've lost a lot. But yeah, I will say a big reason why I have won those 2 games there is not just because my deck does some silly stuff. It's because I am not that high ranked in Standard. As I get some wins and move up in the ranking, I will face people who are better than me. And they will whip my butt. We'll save this because we can play it on turn 1. I would love to keep Trail Mix, but we don't have a tutor. All right, we don't have anything here. We have this. We can do 1 damage and draw a card. We have some good. Oh, okay. We can play this next turn. We can play Reforestation next turn or a turn later. If we want to do damage with this, do 1 damage, or if we want to. Okay, well, we don't want to do any damage, so we can't do that. So unless we just want to hero power, I guess I'll play this, draw a minion. Let's draw our minion. We can play this next turn, and so then we can play Sky Mother on turn 4. Our turn 4, we'll have 5 mana, so that's a good one. Our opponent hasn't really done anything, which makes it a lot easier for me to do New Heights. Either our opponent is a combo deck and they're just having a bad time drawing their combo, or they've drawn all of their combos, so they don't have to do anything, or they're a reactive deck and they're waiting for us to do stuff, but we haven't done anything. Okay. All right, so I'm not... This doesn't tell me a lot. get a random card from your class. It might mean that they have some cards that will replay it. Random cards, you know, whatever. We'll play this. All right. We don't have a way to draw any minions, so hopefully we'll top deck a minion. Okay. Hey, cool. They just did the thing we did. That's awesome. I love that. I love that for them. That's very fun. That is reactive in a fun way. And they're gonna take 5? You're okay. I don't know why you're taking 5 like that, but okay. They got Shadow Step, so now they can get another. Oh no, they have another Aviana that shouldn't revert back. So now they can do another Aviana. All right, we're gonna play this. We don't get the bonus, but we do get this here. We're gonna get a cool card. They can play this if they want to. Oh, we love that. We'll change our hero power. And we'll do damage and take health, then get health. So our opponent now has another Aviana, which is awesome. Druid does not have a way to copy that, to copy Aviana that I know of, other than I could do the discover thing. So now they have 20 of those cards. Our opponent is playing our deck better. Ooh, okay, so what it's gonna do? Deal 20 damage to another minion. That's overkill. I love it. Oh, we got an achievement. I mean, yeah. Gonna change my hero power. Do 5 damage there. I'm just going face. I want to get my damage in before our opponent. So they potentially have 100 one-cost legendaries. So right now they have 20 one-cost legendaries. And if they have another way to... They played their other Aviana, so they couldn't copy it. But they might have Avianas in their deck as one of the legendaries. It's always possible. Again, I haven't found that, but that could be there. Why did you do that? Now it costs 3 less, I guess, but... I think our opponent just doesn't know. Okay, yeah, all right. They're just searching. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have ways of getting minions out of their deck. They did get a taunt though, so that's cool. Yes. Yeah, it's a lot. They could do a whole lot. They're not gonna be able to do a whole lot because we're gonna kill them. I need 1 damage. I'm now searching for 1 damage because I have lethal if I can do that. That's not good. Okay, so this doesn't let me do 1 damage to face, so we'll do 1 damage to that. Right now we have 5, and okay, let's see here. Yeah, all right, give me an amulet. That deals 6 damage. That sucks. Well, we'll just do this instead of doing the hero power. We only needed 1 damage and we got the 1 cost 6 because the amulet. We did search for lethal and we found it. God, that deck is fun. I feel bad that our opponent is doing a deck that is, I wouldn't say it's more fun, but our opponent is doing a very fun deck, and they lucked into playing Aviana because they had the card that lets you do a 3/3 of the last minion, the only minion in our deck, and that's really fun. I think that's really fun that they did that. I love that for them. Let's do one more of just Aviana. We're 5-1 tonight. Love that for us. All right, we're searching for games. 10 p.m. on a Tuesday. Still plenty of Hearthstone games being played because it's not 10 p.m. other places, right? 7 p.m. on the West Coast. It is somebody is taking a lunch break right now in the world and playing Hearthstone on their phone, which is statistically probably most of the hard drive space on their phone because there's a lot. Full mulligan, full clear. We don't want any of these cards. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. where you are, sir, right? Yeah, 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. Still people playing Hearthstone. All right. If we have to, we will play this Ungoro brochure to draw Sky Mother Aviana. I hope we don't have to. All right, they got a Cinder. They're doing that deck. We could kill this and just take the 2 damage. I'd rather do 2 saplings. I don't really want to play brochure on turn 3. But we will do it. Okay, both Cinders are down. Firefly's down. This is an elemental deck. That's fine. I mean, I guess I'm going to play this and do 2. Let's do this and this. And then, yeah, and then guarantee. We just clear them off the board. We're going to take damage this turn, but we were going to take damage if I didn't clear them. All right, so next turn I can coin and play Ungoro brochure. All right, they're getting... Yeah, this is an elemental deck. All right, we're going to do that just because I have plenty of card draw in my deck. I'm just not getting it, so we're going to play this. Ungoro brochure is way better when you have some mana and you have a bunch of minions in your deck. But right now, we can play this on turn 5. It ain't the end of the world. It ain't great. I know that we're going to top deck next turn, Story of Barnabas or something, but it's okay. All right, we're frozen. That's fine. We're taking 4 damage. That's not great, but it's fine. We could do 3 damage with this. That's not really... Okay, swipe. This is actually great top deck. And then we'll also put 2 saplings on the board. All right, so next turn we can play Sky Mother Aviana. And then hopefully with Sky Mother Aviana, we draw... we put in our deck some cool cards. Attacks the target first. What? Goddamn elementals. All right, that's good. We can play that next turn. So this is whenever this attacks, deal 3 damage to the target first, which means that with a little bit of effort, they can kill this. Blob of tar. Goddamn blob of tar. Get out of here. Wow, yeah. All right, our opponent's... Okay, so we need to play 8 dragons before this does anything. We're not going to play 8 other dragons. So let's draw a minion. This... Yeah, we'll take that. Destroy all other minions. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save Ceaseless Expanse for later. We'll just kill this. It sucks, but we'll do that. And then we'll play this to maybe get their 1-2 go after us. And then we'll discover a card. Story of Barnabas. Yeah, and we'll play that next turn. So if our opponent builds a really big, silly board, we'll play this. I kind of didn't want to clear the board and just have a 10-10 with a 1-2 on the board that can kill it. Our opponent is playing a pretty good deck, so I might be winning too much with this deck, and now I'm facing decks that are good. But I will play Ceaseless next and clear this board off. We don't have a lot of health, so I'm hoping that this gives us that 5 armor. Because we are in a bad shape here. Trail mix is not helpful. All right, let's get rid of you. Get out of here. All those cards. Let's draw a minion. That minion doesn't get us what we want. We'll do this. And then we'll do this and draw some cards. All right. Hopefully, this story of Barnabas will give us... We'll pull a 5 attack minion. Okay. Man, I don't love any of this. Wow. Give all our minions +1+1. Give all +1/+1. Okay. Be great? Hell yeah. Dormant. At the end of your turn, destroy the minion to the right of this to awaken 1 turn sooner. So we'll put that there. We survived a little bit more. We'll draw. We'll make this go dormant. And then we'll do this. Because I don't care about these. They can just eat these things. None of these are taunts, which would have been nice, but, you know, what can you do? Okay. Yeah, eat that. So, we're not probably going to win this one. One more dragon, yeah. We're probably not going to win this one, but, this was fun. Okay, Blasteroid. That is a fire secret because they put a bunch of fire spells in their deck. So that is explosive trap then? Okay. I think it's Tessa Greymane. Tessa is going to play 2 cards that are pretty cool. So that's neat. We gotta do this, and we gotta do that. I guess we'll do this. Saying that's explosive trap means that I should have swung first, but it doesn't really matter. This has to die. Let's use Trail Mix anyway. Yeah, that's explosive trap. Yeah, so I messed up the turn order of that. And these took damage when they shouldn't have had to take damage. That's on me. That's me messing up. Let's clear some minions off. Get these going a little faster. So this is thankfully asleep, so it can't attack us. That has to die. Because we only have 7. God damn it, what a fucking top deck. This is an unbelievably great top deck. Holy shit, that's wild. That's okay, well, speaking of great top decks, we did get one. So this is gonna do 5. And then the 6/4 goes into that. Oh, there's a taunt, though. Oh, there's a taunt, though. So I have to do that. Okay, so we do that. And then we do this. And then we have to, unfortunately, we have to kill our 10-2. But next turn, we have a 12-17. Which can't swing. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, so we lost because of 2 very good top decks from our opponent. I don't feel cheated. I don't feel scammed because our opponent had a much better deck than we do, right? So I shouldn't be winning that probably. But we win if if one of those 2 top decks doesn't happen, we win. Like, I don't think we lose that, except those 2 top decks were both really good. That's just my opinion. This is my opinion on it. We'll put that deck down for a little bit, and let's look at Egg. Let's continue the losing streak by looking at Egg. This is not a good deck. So here's the thing. There's a new card in town, and its name is Egg of Kelos. Egg of Kelos has a death rattle. Summon a slightly cracked egg. Oh, you've been trying Warlock Egg today. Nice. You summon a slightly cracked egg. Break it 5 times to hatch it into a 20/20 beast. So we have, because we are hanging out here in the wonderful world of Wild, we have Umbra. So we can play Umbra and we can play Egg, and then we just make a 20/20. And then we can then hopefully kill a bunch of those eggs and repeat it. We have Staff of Endbringer that can also maybe kill our egg or multiple eggs. In the bands, in ECC bands, we have another Corpse Explosion. We have the Holy Egg Bearer. Holy Egg Bearer is a card, a 2-cost card that draws a 0 attack minion. We only have one of those. It's Egg. So that's our Egg tech. We have Threads of Despair. And then various shenanigans to keep, we're a singleton deck. That's a terrible idea. You will not hear me talk about how I can't find 2 cards in my 40-card deck, because this is a greedy version of this deck. This is not a good deck. Anytime I win with this deck, it's like, oh, neat. Our opponent must have had a bad draw. But yeah, we're going to play Egg. One time, one of the games I've lost with this deck is when I did Umbra Egg, and then to open my eggs, I played a card that just did Corpse Explosion, but I had too many corpses, so I killed all of my 20/20s because it kept going off because I miscounted. So I would have had like 4 20/20s, and I just wiped my own board. And I was like, oofed. So Fey Trickster could get us Soul Stealer or Story of Story of Umbra. We don't really need Story of Umbra. I'm gonna hard mulligan all this. Reno will save us later. The Renos will save us later. I almost said Reno Brothers, but they're okay. We got Umbra, and we got Egg Beater. We have our combo, and we got a coin. Oh, we're doing great, everybody. We can we can use Sphere of Sapience to find ways to trigger our death rattles. Oh, fuck you! Why? Of all the Paladin decks, this is fucking rude as hell. All right, so next turn I'm not going to play Egg Bearer. I'm going to play Partner to give us another coin so that we can do our combo as early as possible. Yeah, this is Murloc. This is the repeatable Murloc quest. There are, hey, you might know this, in Wild, a lot of fucking Murlocs in Wild. They got the Murloc that's going to come back to them. Give all minions reborn, then destroy all minions. Yes, we want that in our deck. Because we can put that on our 0/3s. We got a coin now. So we can now do our combo on turn 5. Because we can play 4 and have mana. This needs to die. I legitimately have no way to kill this. Different card in our deck. We can trigger. Okay, great. So yeah, this is going to be tough. I don't know what I'm doing next turn. I could destroy these things, but I don't want to do that. Okay, we'll draw. We could do this, but that doesn't make any sense. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so we can take that if we want to take that. Do we want to delay and just put a taunt in there? We could coin curator and give us... You know what? We have life, so we're just going to do this and get rid of this. Our opponent is going to do damage to our face, but we have health. That's the main reason why we have a greedy version, because that gives us 40 health. Okay, they're gonna draw some cards. Okay. Here's the thing. We're gonna do our combo, and they're still gonna be able to hit us in the face. So our combo, it doesn't matter that we have this combo, but we're going to play the combo out anyway, because it's funny. This is funny to do. To me, this is very funny that we're doing this. Now, next turn, they'll probably kill Umbra. They should kill Umbra. I don't know if they can kill the 2020. The thing that hatches should have been an omelet punt. Yeah. I could see that. Okay, so they're just going to go face, I think. They should. Yeah, they should just go face, yeah. Okay. So we lost. Our deck did the thing it's supposed to do when we lost. But also, one, I'm not salty about it because our deck is bad. And two, I am salty because our opponent is playing Murloc Paladin in Wild. Take your deck and bring that shit over to Standard. Don't play Murloc Paladin, fucking Quest Murloc Paladin in Wild. There's too many good cards for that. I'm not playing a deck with good cards. There's some good cards in my deck, but my deck isn't supposed to do a good thing. I hate that we did the thing our deck is supposed to do and still lost because they had a second goddamn Murloc buff. All right, we keep Holy Egg Bearer. I kind of like having Sanguine Infestation because it draws cards and gives us leeches and is annoying. I'm going to tell you right now, folks. I can't believe I'm playing a deck with leeches, but they are a good delay tactic. I hate leeches. I hate playing against leeches. So I do feel a little filthy for playing a deck with that. Okay, cast a spell. You can discover a card from your deck. So we can hold that, play that on 4, play that on 5. To then discover, because we're trying to get Umbra. We'll play this just because it's a 1/2. Draws our card. Now, we could just play Egg of Kalos, but that's silly if we can play it together. We got ETC to play next turn. We could play this just to play it. Nah, we'll get some corpses going. We need some corpses. So we could play this next turn because our opponent hasn't really done anything yet. We can play this next turn because they have to react to it because those leeches are going to steal health from their face or minions. Yeah, our opponent isn't playing anything, which is fine. They didn't even swing. After you summon undead, give it poison. This is great. That's a good... All right, we're going to do this because we want to draw 2 cards. We got Umbra. Okay. So we got Umbra. Now, we have given our opponent targets that they kind of need to kill. So we might survive to turn 7 in order to play both of these together. Will we? I don't know. We can also play this to discover something. I don't know what we need, really. Maybe Corpse Explosion. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's great. We can play that later. So we could play this and this, but I want to put that together here. Let's discover a card from our deck. Lone Ranger's pretty great eventually. Something I can play on turn 6. Trigger render. That's just great later. Let's just do this. Okay. That's a bad draw, but whatever. This thing dies because these do their thing. Oh, that's right. It only takes 1. That's right. I'm wrong. Whatever. They burned a card. That card's it. No, that's fine. This has got to be a combo deck. And they need mana to pull off the combo. I'm not sure what our opponent's doing here, but we survive another turn. Most likely. We could mill a card, but we got the cards we need, so I'm okay with that. Okay. Oh, you're making a cool weapon. That's fun. Good luck with that. Enjoy your big weapon. I do need some of my cards to die here because I would like to have some corpses. Okay, you're gonna do it again. All right, that's a rush minion. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna hit with that? You're gonna hit that. Okay, great. And you're gonna hit that. Cool. Give me some corpses. I'll clear your board on this turn. I don't really know what I'm doing on this turn. All right, we are gonna mill, but that's okay. Crop rotation would have been nice. That's all right. This is gonna draw too many cards, so we don't want to play that. It's going to draw one of the 2 dragons we have. We need to play something. We'll play this, and we'll play this, and we'll play this. So that way we can kill that, and then we'll just go face. Now, one issue that I did not... Oh, that sucks. I feel bad. That does suck. One issue that we're going to run into here, which I hadn't really thought about because it hasn't come up before. We need a clear board for this to do the best version of it. And I don't think our opponent is going to be able to clear our board here. So that's a shame. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I guess we'll just have 1 less than I would like. Because we got this fucking 2/4 here. That sucks. We'll save this for later. That could be handy. So I could do something else fancy, but I'm not going to because I just want to do the thing this deck is supposed to do. I should mention, annoyed that this 2/2 is there. I should have played less cards last turn. I didn't think about it. That does mean that we don't get a 20/20. But it does mean that when this dies, we get a 20/20. So we don't have a 20/20 on the board. So that does suck. This is... Yeah, okay. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. What do you got? What can you get with this? What can you get with this? I mean, it's not a silence at all. It is a mass dispel. Fuck. Fuck you. You're a fucking Highlander deck too? Fuck. Yeah, good night, yes. Damn, dude. I mean, now I'm fucking board locked, basically. And I got all these motherfuckers. And I don't have an alternate win condition. Do I have a pull back into your hand? So if I find my Zephyr's the Great, maybe I can find a Shadow Step, but that's generally I mean, Zephyr's just not going to give that. Like, that's the only thing I can think of, because that's Corpse Explosion, Story of Umbra. Story of Umbra's not going to get that Death Rattle. Yeah, I'm fucking fucked here. Damn, dude. Sucks ass. I'm losing to fucking bullshit. The real... Yeah, like maybe I could have found something, but okay, so let's see. So what I should have done was wait a turn to clear my board, or the turn prior play less stuff and just take the mill, because you want to clear board for that. Because if I had a 2020, silencing a 2020 doesn't do shit. Doesn't matter, right? I still have a 2020 on the board. They have to think of something else. And the Master Spell isn't going to do anything. I mean, it's going to give me a bunch of 0-3s on the board. Damn. So both of those examples is me doing the thing my deck is supposed to do and still losing, which is like feels bad. Feels bad, man. We're going to keep Sphere because it helps us dig through our deck. Okay, these are good cards to keep us alive. This is fun. The Death Growl is fun if we just have to play the 0-3. Deal damage to a minion equal to your corpses. Yeah, it's good. So we have some good cards, even though we don't have either of the cards we need. This is a fucking 2-card combo. But I also have 40 cards in my deck, so as you know, we're going to play that, and that's going to discover one of the 2 cards we need. Or it'll discover a card that can get us the card we need. We'll take it. Let's build up. We are playing Hey, if I have to play against Paladin, I'd rather play against putting dragons in your deck, Paladin, over putting Murlocs on your board, Paladin. New card here. Do we do this just to do it? Waste our coin? Yeah, we'll waste our coin just to get something on the board. And then one of our 2 cards. These are neither of our cards. ETC Band Manager at least gets us Holy Egg Bearer, so and it's going to get us 2 cards because it's got a cool element here where its battle cry is going to go off twice. So we can get Holy Egg Bearer and then a Corpse Explosion, I guess? I don't know. Oh, are you going face? You're going to get another fucking dragon. And you got the 3-1. Man. Oh, you got another one. Man. Okay. Different card. Okay. That's fine. I mean, let's play it. And it goes twice, so we'll take Egg Bearer. And we'll take... We don't have any... We don't really have corpses. But... Death Rattle minion costs 5 or more. Summon it and triggers Death Rattle. We don't have mana for that anytime soon. If both these die, we'll have 3 corpses, and we can use Corpse Explosion that way. 2, 4, 6, 8 cards in our hands. So we can play this and do 3 damage. It's not the best. I mean, if our opponent's gonna clear some of our minions, we can always do the Grimwalker Ghoul combo. Kill that. That's not the end of the world. We could do that. Well, 3 damage isn't really going to do much here. Airlock, can't play that. But here. Like I said, we could do the poisoned gimmick. We can do kill them and reborn. We can summon 5 ghouls, attack random enemies. That's good with Grimwalker, which isn't going to live. You could deal damage to enemy equal to your corpses. Just get rid of some of these things. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to do this. Spend cores that way. Not great, but it did kill the board a little bit. Not doing particularly great here. All right, well. Give your minions one attack and rush. They die at the end of your turn. I mean, that's cool. But we'd have to have minions on the board. We could play that, but that they're just going to attack. So that doesn't work. Play this. I mean, that's not... That would have been good with that, maybe. Play this here. One more mana, and we could do that. We could do this. Just get our card in our hand here. Get these to increase our friends there. And then do that, because that's kind of fun. We don't have any corpses, so. We're going to build corpses this way. Is this good? A good play? Not really. But we don't have Umbra, so it's kind of fine. So we might have to play Egg and Guiding Figure, maybe, or I don't know. Or we'll play Ghoul and Grimwalker. We could do Ghoul and Crop Rotation, maybe. But first, let's do this, and then this, and then this, and that, and we'll do that, and that, and that. Yeah. Let's just have 2 eggs. Is this better than playing with Umbra? No, but we don't have Umbra. Ooh, that was a good burn. We love that. We don't have any fucking health, so doing the best we can. We do have this. We have this. We could clear their board pretty easy here. Do this. And get a bunch of nonsense on the board here. And all right, so Corpse Explosion would give us a bunch of it. Would crack these eggs. Oh, okay. You're all right. Cool. Gonna get yourself a 1-cost Titan cool thing. Not Titan, a Wild God. All right, you gotta kill that. Hey, that catches a lot. All right. You got a bunch of cards from me. Good luck. Yeah, gotta enjoy your coin. You got Greedy Partner, okay. Got some coins. Gonna spend those coins? I guess I'll play Soul Stealer to kill these. To move it along. Like, I can play Soul Stealer. Oh, I could play Reno and just kill all that. Yeah, I'm gonna play Reno. There, now our opponent doesn't have anything on their board, and we've got some armor, and then I can play Soul Stealer next turn. It won't do a lot, but it will kill these, and it'll kill that, and it'll kill whatever my opponent's gonna make on this board. Pretty good. We can get ourselves a coin. Yeah, my opponent's making a big board here, and then we can just get rid of it with Soul Stealer. That's not bad. I wish they didn't have a weapon to hit us with. That sucks. Don't love that. We're now down to 8 health. But, it ain't the end of the world. I do think we're going to have too many corpses for Corpse Explosion, but we can do Soul Stealer. And then... this one's on its way. Just have to break it 3 more times. Do that. This is going to be harder to break, but now it can do damage to them. Okay. My opponent's going to just get bigger and bigger dragons. Let's draw a card. Get Undead Rush. Yeah, we're getting too many corpses for Corpse Explosion. It would mean that our egg would just, like, we'll keep breaking, but... man, we don't have health. God damn it. Fuck you. Ah, that sucks. If we hadn't made this a 2-5, we wouldn't have gotten hit. Possibly. So we caused that to be a problem. All right. Well, that's a good way to lose a bunch of games in a row. We went from only losing once. We're now are 5-5. So I would love to win one game with Egg, but it's not a good deck. So we're gonna go back to getting some cheap ass wins. We're gonna do we'll go back to Bat Boar because I would like to end this game or end the stream in a bit. I'd like to end the stream with some wins, more wins than losses if possible. We'll see. We'll see how I do. But yeah, Egg is not a good deck. It doesn't have a win condition. Its win condition is you get a 20-20 or a couple 20-20s. That ain't good. All right, hardest card in our deck to find, Batmask. That's great. We'll keep fracking. We can play it turn 1. We have 3 more cards we need, but hopefully fracking will get us one of them or a card to get one of them. And then we also need to survive to turn 6. Rock Bottom... I think fracking is better than rock bottom because we put on 2. Okay. I don't love losing free admission, but we can't lose a Blood Bloom. And it's also a little hard to find. So, we now need to find an Elwyn Boar and a Plague of Flames. And if we find the Plague of Flames, or we can also, I guess, there are other ways to get Plague of Flames if we find, like, one of the Living Flames, but... all right. Elwyn Boar. Elwyn Boar. Hey, the other Bat Mask. That's nice. But let's get Elwyn Boar. And then let's give us Elwyn Boar. All right. So now we need to find Plague of Flames or Living Flame. And we did lose out on free admission, which will let us get that. Drain Soul isn't going to do it. We got to tap. Which I don't love, but we got to tap. We got Living Flame. Okay, so next turn we can play Living Flame, and then the turn after that we can kill it ourselves. Oh, they do have a silence, but that's okay. Silence doesn't really hurt us. Isn't gonna hurt us. Okay, we also have Defile. That's good. So let's play this. We could kill it ourselves to guarantee we have it, and I think we're going to do that. Kill that. So next turn, we can play Defile to get rid of this 1-1 if our opponent isn't going to, because on turn 6, we need a clear board. But we have the full combo. And we have plenty of health, because our opponent has not done that part. Having Batmask in our opening hand is the only reason why we're possibly going to win this one. All right. We're just going to play Defile to get rid of it. We hit him with 1 damage. We're good. We have 30 health. And so even after we do the thing and we lose 8 health, we're still good. And our opponent didn't do anything, which rules. Copy it. Plague of Flames. Now, our opponent could have... There shouldn't have a 1-cost... Oh, and they just see it. They could have had a coin and a 2-cost minion that will kill our weapon. So then we'd have to dig for the other Elwyn Boar and kill the other Elwyn Boar, but that's unlikely. All right, so we're up to 6-5. So we have a winning record. We went so far as to get the weapon. Again, this deck is not cool. I think it's great, but I also think it's a problem. We're here. That's got a little. Sorry, I got an email from somebody. Okay, it's just niceness. Okay. All right. We don't need Living Flame if we have Plague of Flames. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna hopefully. We could have kept Wicked Shipment to trade on turn 1, but now we have Rock Bottom for turn 1. Great. So we only have 1 part of our combo, and we have a double of that. So we have a backup, which we don't really need. Our opponent is... Oh, we got Blood Bloom. Great. We have half the combo. So there are... We could just get Elwyn Boar. Let's just get Elwyn Boar. So next turn, we do that. We don't really have a turn 2, except we can play... Drain Soul to kill this thing, and that will be good. We could have coined and killed it. Okay. That's fine. So now we have 3 of the 4 cards we need. We're going to kill this because it's just going to escalate and give them armor. And we don't want that. We would like that to be bad, or to not be there. So right now, unfortunately, the only card we need is the hardest card to find in our deck for our combo, because we don't have any cards that can pull it out of our deck. So we're going to use our mana to find it here and there. We're going to, use our health and mana to track down a Bat Mask. Maybe we'll top deck it. Maybe we'll top deck Fracking or the other Rock Bottom. Living Flame has no draws. So we'll play this. Okay. Hey, thank you so much, Spydak. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the... for gifting a sub. We're gonna hit end turn. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Seb Mall, I'm sure will appreciate that. So if you are a subscriber here, you can throw the Bear Cave Legos Scythe tier 2 blue emote in chat. We'll hit the sound effect here as well. The applause, the applause, the applause. So our opponent's gonna do a ton of damage to our face. So we're going to put a minion on the board to hopefully soak up some of that damage, seem like a target. And we'll just do some damage to this. We can go next turn, and hopefully we will have enough health to go next turn, because they could do a lot of damage to us because they have +2 spell damage and +1 spell damage. But now they're still drawing, so maybe they won't. Or maybe they'll think this is a threat. And they'll want to get rid of it. Now, if they left it alive, we would have to kill it, and that would be fine. We could do that. But yes, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Really appreciate it. And it is, I should say, it is September right now, folks. It's September. From now until September, save 25% on subs, both web and mobile. And then later in the month, there'll be a little bonus. All right, so we are about to go down to 12 health, which I do not love. We will do this to get rid of that, clear the board space here. Now, if Cursed Catacombs doesn't pull Bat Mask, We probably lose this game. It didn't pull Bat Mask, so we'll pull Fracking instead. Give us Bat Mask for next turn. It didn't. We'll pull the other Fracking. This sucks. It didn't give us Bat Mask. We'll pull Wicked Shipment. We'll play Wicked Shipment. And we'll kill one of our imps to give us 8 health back. And then we'll coin. And we got Freeman. Okay, so next turn, if we don't top deck Bat Mask, I don't think we win this game. I mean, there's a chance that we definitely don't. But we have a shot at it, right? We could top deck one of the 2 Bat Masks out of, so that's 2 cards out of 12. Or Cursed Catacombs, which could then give us Bat Masks. That's 2 cards out of 12. We win the game. Well, are you going to freeze my face? Okay, so we lose. I'm just going to concede. We do not win. We do not win if I can't swing that turn to give them 1 mana. Okay, yeah, so we lose there. That's a shame. It's a shame. 6-6, all right. One more game here. Let's see if we can end on a winning record. Can we end with 7-6? I mean, if we end with 6-7, that's also okay, but we'll get another game in, see how we do. We'll see how we do, you know. See how it goes. All right. You sound like a roulette player. I just need to hit 8, 7, 11, 12, or anything red. My real chips. Yes. Yes, that's the thing, right? When you start talking about the odds of cards or your outs in Hearthstone, you sound like you are a poker player or a roulette player, and that is a problem. All right, we're going to keep Plague of Flames. We're going to mulligan the other 2. We're going to hope that we get something we can use here. We got a Living Flame, which is not a great draw because we already have the Plague of Flames, but we can play Rock Bottom, so that's something. We're going first, and they have 40 health, which is not the best. But we'll play Rock Bottom. Next turn, we could play Fracking, so we'll take the Fracking. Goddamn eye looking at us. Yeah. What's up, Cthulhu? All right, they didn't do anything. We'll play Fracking. We don't need Living Flame. We don't need Dark Pack. We'll take Rock Bottom because we can play Rock Bottom on this turn. All right. Give me Bat Mask or Blood Bloom. Or, I guess, Boar. Okay, Blood Bloom. Great. That's hard to draw. We'll take Blood Bloom. One of our boars on the bottom of the deck, which is okay because there's another boar in the deck and we have free admission to draw it. So it's not the end of the world. We've thinned our deck with a Fracking, which is pretty good. But I would really love to find Bat Mask. So now we have that, which is fine. Our opponent's still drawing stuff. They're not really doing anything. We could always kill one of our own minions. I'm not going to do that right now, but it will be nice to do that at some point. You know, if things go right, these have to die on turn 5, so we can make that happen. All right, now what's our opponent doing? They got 4 mana here. Oh, they're playing Astral Communication. That's fun. That's kind of cool. They have a lot of mana now. Well, our opponent's playing a bullshit deck, so that's cool for them. Now I just have to hope that their top decks are bad because they killed a bunch of cool... They didn't kill a lot of cool cards, but they killed some cool cards. So I guess I got to just hope. I mean, I could kill this and draw. That doesn't make any sense. I'll just play this. Most likely they're going to top deck just fucking top tier bangers every turn. But maybe they won't. We need to draw 2 cards. We only have half of our combo. And we do not have time for that. So that's not great. Okay. Alright. That's fine. You can go 1-2. Oh, yeah. Oh, you cool. Well, you're going to have mana for whatever you pull to play. That's fine. Okay, factory, Sunbot. Alright. Don't love that. You got a lot of fucking bullshit in your board. Hey, why did both of these cards... I mean, I knew I was getting that. I don't need this. I don't need this card. I can do that and kill that. I can swing and kill that. So I guess I swing and kill this. And then I draw and kill this. We're going to take 12 next turn. Or this turn. So we're not going to win this. Our opponent is playing a worse deck than us. Astral Communication deck is terrible because this deck doesn't have a way to tutor out Astral Communication. So again, I'm a little annoyed that I'm losing to a bad deck, but I'm not annoyed to be losing to this deck. I'm a little mad. You know what? I'm a little salty. I'll say that. I am a little salty to be losing to this bullshit deck, but it's not the end of the world. Could we get there if I had found... I mean, this would have gotten me a boar, so that's something. Only one boar. Like, we didn't have it. We didn't have it. There's the bat mask. We could go next turn. We're not going to live till next turn, but we could go next turn. We also don't have enough health to do the combo. Yeah. All right. 6-7. Wouldn't have lost as much if I wasn't playing the egg deck, which just didn't do anything. But also, I played the egg deck. I think 6-7 is fine. It's fine. But I had fun playing it. I had a good... If I played more of just Aviana, I would have won more, right? That would have been good, but we didn't do that. Instead, I wanted to show you a bad deck, and I had fun playing that bad deck. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you had a good time. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream around here on the old Billwood Bear, is we raid. And as I get set up to figure out who we're going to go raid, I will remind you that my next stream is on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You're right. Yes. Not a lot of exciting cards in the mini set. The mini set, I think... A lot of the mini set cards aren't meant to be good with the current cards. They're meant to be good with the next expansion, and I hate that way of thinking. But I feel like whatever the next expansion is, there are going to be some mini set cards here that are going to be cool with that. But like, they should be interacting with They should have put out more cards that had Kindred or something. You know what I mean? To go with like the thing that's already happening. Or that, like, made the quests better. But they didn't do that. Who are we going to raid? 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 Lunar Jade is playing Silk Song. And so we're going to go raid Lunar Jade. She's playing on the Switch, the original Switch. Heather is great. Great. I love investing in future bullshit. Indeed, right? We're going to go raid Heather. Lunar Jade is phenomenal. If you don't want Silk Song spoilers, then don't come along in the raid. That's okay. You don't have to. But I would love if you could come along because she's great. And you'll have a good time over there. And her community is fantastic. Reminder, my next stream is on Thursday. I'm working on a fun Lego set. We're going to build some goofy things. And it'll be fun. And I hope to see you there. Goodbye, everybody. That's going to do it. I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.